First Eps podcast is back. We are continuing spooky season here, watching another spooky First Ep. We watched The Midnight Club, the brand new Mike Flanagan Netflix show.
Shuddering.
Keith's over here shuddering, and I'm over here drinking. It's First Eps time. Let's go. Whatever. Let's go.
So we're back, First Eps, and we're a little tired right now.
We're a little tired.
Why was that?
I don't know.
Well, we do know. We do know because we were playing D&D.
First of all, what's up, everybody? We were playing D&D.
I already said what's up, everybody. We don't
no,
need
you
to
didn't say what's up. You started by saying,
what's up, everybody? We're here.
There we go. What's up, everybody? We were playing. We went a long day. Well, first of all, I went
earlier
to a farmer's market.
Wow, right?
Right. I got some pumpkins, some spooky
with the family, young kid. Yeah,
exactly.
So a lot of energy there.
Yeah, that was my young kid, not just any young kid.
No. He does belong to you, which is good. Yeah,
and then we had a nice D&D session, nerd style.
Yes. Yeah. Now, do people know your character? Who you play as?
No, it's top secret.
Oh, we don't talk about that in the podcast. It's another podcast.
Oh, yeah, it's when we release. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
When the Vox Machina, then they can meet Barry Bolea, Terry Bolea's long lost half brother.
Mm-hmm.
Lady thinks he has some sort of mental thing because he is definitely not. And Terry Bollea is Hulk Hogan for those not in the know.
Yeah, who don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think listeners of the show
and you have like a creepy half vampire nun.
Yeah.
So
exactly
cool,
as everyone would suspect. So yeah, Sister Veronica Celeste is Damphir, and she can run on a wall. So try me.
Exactly. But yeah, that went. What do we do? Like it was like 6 hours. We did
6 hours. We were defeating
just drinking. I did too much day drinking.
We ate some Marcy's pizza.
Too much pizza.
Yeah.
And and now we're a little pooped.
We're pooped, but we did watch a new show.
Yeah, we watched The Midnight Club. I have to keep looking at my notes because I don't want to say Midnight Mass.
I was gonna say it's by the same director too,
right?
The same showrunner. Yeah. So what is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
He just loves Midnight. He's working on the Midnight trilogy.
Spooky.
The next one's going to be like the Midnight Movement. When you got to wake up in the middle of the night.
Hate that.
Yeah. But yeah, this is 10 episodes all out right now.
On what?
On Netflix.
Okay. You
can binge to your heart's content.
Yeah.
But we watched the first episode.
Only.
So there will be slight spoilers for episode 1 of The Midnight Club. But yeah, we're going to talk about the show and then give our little takey on it. Also, I want to talk about there's a ton of new horror stuff coming out to streaming this month. So we'll run through that.
Yeah.
But
now or after?
After.
Okay.
Let's talk about the show. It starts off.
First up, let's talk about this show.
The show, The Midnight Club. Starts off Sacramento, 1994. Okay. They were really making it known it was 1994 with the music choices. Great music.
Okay. I mean,
the first one, get yourself connected, writings on the wall.
You like that one back in the day?
I think so. I know all the lyrics. I don't if I couldn't tell you who sings it or the name of it.
You're right. Yeah.
But I know it all.
Right. That's true. But I mean,
stumble you my fall.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole time this is playing, we see a girl practicing like a speech, like her valedictorian speech or whatever.
Yeah, a salutatorian. She didn't make it.
Sorry, rubbing dirt in the wound. And then more sweet music. Stone Temple Pilots starts
I had this album. I had that album.
Yeah, it was good. I think everybody did. It was a classic.
Yeah.
So yeah, we learned this girl is Ilanka is her name. Great name.
I'm glad you wrote that down because I totally
don't know how to spell it, but I love the name.
Ilanka.
Okay. And yeah, it's her. She's going. Her and her friend are going to a college party before they graduate. They want to fit in.
You guys look really young.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. That was a good way to do it. Yeah.
And there is when we first see her coughing blood, passes out.
Well. But we also saw something in the mirror, right? Or we weren't sure we saw something.
Spooky shit.
Yeah.
So this was like our first jump scare of the show.
Yeah.
I know Mike Flanagan. He's into the jump scares a lot. Usually does them very well. for those not familiar, yeah, he's done, the previous ones were The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, and then Midnight Mass, and now this. So, great track record. That's why we were super excited to see this one. But, yeah, it's our first jump scare. She starts seeing these visions, passes out. Super creepy shit, though.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was really well done. And then we find out she has thyroid cancer.
Yeah.
Big fucking bummer.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously that is tough for anybody who has to go through the diagnosis and have a loved one.
Yeah.
But then we watched that for like 20 minutes of her trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it sucked, man. And I knew this was about people, like kids in hospice.
Right.
I knew that going in.
Yeah.
But it was still like, man, it was not really what, like being, I don't know if it was because I'm like so tired and a little worn out.
Yeah.
Where dude, I really felt it. I was like, man, this is such a bummer of a show. We don't usually watch stuff this heavy.
No, exactly. So automatically for me, it's a 1 out of 10. I can't stand up to
reality. You only want, unicorns, rainbows.
Exactly.
And, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Ooh.
But we trudged on.
We did.
We continued.
For the viewers.
We wiped our tears. And
we ate our Chinese food.
Oh yeah. So she's this. Now we go 9 months later. She's researching on. It was nice that they stayed in the the time period. They had the nice computer.
Was the internet like? I don't remember being. Was it
as accessible like that?
Yeah, like she was in like a hospital, like searching things on like a Macintosh or something.
She was on Yahoo,
which I think was there.
I
remember Alta Vista was also around at that point in time.
But yeah, so she's researching a cancer and this treatment, and stumbles upon this hospice, Bright Cliff Hospice, and she decides that she wants to go there, live out the rest of her days at Bright Cliff Hospice.
Well, she saw some interesting story, too, that kind of convinced her.
Yeah, she saw just a news article about this girl, Julia Jane, that was there and, was miraculously cured of cancer somehow. So she wanted a piece of that action.
She's like, you know what? It's not getting any better here in the hospital. Let's try this instead.
So she goes to this place. Now, so she has had visions. Did she know the vision she was having was of this place?
I don't think she did.
Okay.
So, but
because then we get there and she kind of puts it together.
Yeah. But I mean, then again, I was a little bit dubious about that too, because I'm like, if you really were looking at the internet, won't there be pictures on the internet too of some of the exterior and stuff? But because I know. But anyway. Yeah.
So then we start to meet the characters. She meets this kid Kevin who's sitting out on a bench, and we meet the nurse Mark. Who we know.
He's kind of the camp counselor.
Exactly. Yeah, and he was in the previous show. He was the main guy in Midnight Mass.
Wait, you say the main guy? The guy who died at the end?
The guy who was he was the drunk driver.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Got in the accident in the beginning or caused the accident. Okay.
And then they're going on the tour of this house. She has another spell, sees some more creepy shit.
Yep.
So this is like a trend.
Oh, right. She faints again.
And then she faints. And she comes to, and she meets the head of the household. I don't remember what that woman's name is. If we got it,
I don't know.
Older lady,
yeah.
Who tell this beautiful story about fighting cancer, and
we don't do battle because it's not a war. We accept every day as a gift and for life.
It was a nice.
I was like, I like that.
It was very nice. Yeah. And then basically she meets Spence and all these people. But then this is where our Chinese food showed up. The notes took a little bit of a dipsy doodle, but not much happened. Things happened in the show, but it was just her meeting all of the rest of the people.
Exactly.
So, which we don't need to go over all.
Right.
Because then I have to write down all their names.
Now, the one thing I noticed is that
there was about 7, 8 other people in there.
Yeah, maybe 8, maybe 9.
Okay.
Yeah, they all look remarkably healthy to me to be in a hospice facility. The good news is, I guess, if people are getting the word in early that it's not, sometimes it's good to go to hospice so you get some quality months.
Yeah.
You're not just being treated and drugged, and you can have some good quality of living before you get really, really sick.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is, but it's a little unbelievable when everybody's got their hair.
Oh, yeah. Everybody
nobody seems to be
no one's on oxygen.
Yeah. There's one character in a wheelchair.
Yep.
And that's really it. Everybody else, nobody seems to be
like sick.
Difficult in any way, shape, or form. And I'm sure that maybe they'll talk about that, or maybe we'll see them progress to get sick as the series goes on. But I found that a little bit odd too. Anyway.
Yeah, they definitely talk about it, like how long they've been there, how long they plan to continue to living. Like it's all like it's very much talked about in this world, death and stuff like that.
Right, sure.
So, but yeah, the only person that kind of shows it is Anya, who is in the wheelchair.
Okay, yeah.
She looks a little sickly. I don't know if that's just her look.
I wasn't sure either. That was just how she looks in general. I mean, it was good casting.
Yeah, she's like the tough Irish broad. But yeah, she's a great character. And then so it's dinner time. They're all in the dinner in the hall, and they start talking about like visions they've had in the place, and like people that have sworn they've been like seen things and been haunted.
Yes.
So I thought that was cool. It was like setting the tone. Yep. I mean, we knew really what this was going to be, but they're like, okay, yeah, that happened. Man, I saw a shadow.
Now I don't know if you were looking at all, but I had forgotten to. Were you looking to see if there are any like ghost people in the background, like he's known to do in some of his other shows?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about it.
I never saw them in the original shows until they pointed out to me. Like the ones lurking.
But yeah, that was always fun. I mean, the Haunting of Hill House.
That was really
it was the one where there was like they were in like almost every scene.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I don't think they did that in Midnight Mass at all.
Oh, they didn't at all? Okay.
I don't know. But that is a good point to always kind of keep an eye on the backgrounds of his stuff. Not even just looking for ghosts, but like shit that, is going to...
Yeah, might show up again, or rooms, or...
Something's going to be weird. So yeah, it's at nighttime, and Anya is sneaking out of her room. Ilanka goes and follows her. She goes, down this creepy old elevator into this room. Yeah. And it's all the kids, and they're just telling... stories. We watch Natsuke. She's telling a creepy story. I won't go into it because it's really not paramount to the main story. But it was like creepy, lots of jump scares and stuff like that. She's telling this thing.
A lot of jump scares.
Yeah, that was a little much because that's all it was.
Yeah.
But they were kind of like giving her shit about it too. Like
they're kind of like medics. They're kind of exactly.
They're criticizing her like horror technique.
Yes.
Ilanka, she gets caught.
She was spying in the background there. Yeah.
And then like, all right, fine, come join us. This is what we do. We tell stories.
How'd you get in here? Do we set this up that we followed them? Her roommate into this? Because I totally missed that part. You set this up. Yep. Sorry about that.
Yeah. All right. Remember down the creepy elevator into the room.
In the library now. Got it.
So
we talked about the Chinese food. I was thinking of the Chinese food still, I think.
Yeah. That's all you've been talking about for the past 2 hours.
It was really good.
So she goes and she's like, she wants to be part of this club. Yeah. And so they're like, all right, you got to tell a story.
She's like, once I went to Chuck E. Cheese as a girl, and I put one of the balls in my mouth.
Ooh, gross.
And exactly.
She got something.
Cancer.
Oh.
See, that's
where you get cancer from the ball pits at Chuck E. Cheese?
It cannot be proven, but she did that. And now we know where she is. Wow. So it's just a connection. They never come out and say that in the movie or the TV show.
Also, I disagree. Is Chuck E. Cheese still a thing?
I don't know.
Can they come at us for libel?
They disinfect all their balls in the ball pit.
Yeah. This is not a proven thing. That you can get cancer from the balls of the Chuck E. Cheese ball pit.
Call 800 lawyers for us if you have any incidents. Anyway,
have you been to Chuck E. Cheese's ball pit in the past 6 years?
Right. Call us now. Class action suit. Anyway, no, that did not happen. Go ahead.
She tells a story about Julia Jane, the girl that we talked about. Julia Gulia.
Yeah,
Jane.
Yeah.
So her story is in 1968, and she's got cancer. And she goes to this bright cliff, and something happens.
She disappears for a week or a year or something.
She's gone. She said she was gone for a week. Shows up, and her cancer has been miraculously cured.
But
she would say like dates.
Yeah.
And the people who were around her, she would say like 10/3/81.
Yeah.
And they would die on that date.
Yeah, we didn't know there were just numbers at the time. And we realized, almost like it was like a tick of hers she developed that she just had to spell out people's death dates.
Yeah, because it was different, because it wasn't like 10/3/81, it was like 1003.
Yeah. Because it was really confusing.
1981.
I thought she was like, an android or something.
So yeah, that was really interesting. But I don't know if that was, so this Julia Jane, then she does talk about it like, okay, I didn't completely make that story up. It was based in reality because this did happen. She was a person here. Her cancer did get cured. And I don't know about the dates thing, if that was,
gotcha. Yep.
But she reveals to, I believe,
one of the
Kevin,
the first guy she saw.
That's why she's here. She's kind of hopeful that she could get a little taste of that Julia Jane and have her cancer be cured.
A little healing. Yeah,
get a little healing action. And the one thing that they did say in this club, the second part of the club, is not just stories, but they said the second part you have to do this is that if you're the first person to die, you have to reach out and try to
do everything
tell
you
us
can.
about the afterlife,
what you see,
whatever.
what's happening. Yeah.
So I feel like that's going to happen.
That's cool. Yeah, and
who do you think's going to be the first to go?
Well, I don't know because the way they show them, I feel like it could be any one of them, right? I'm sure it's going to be some morning. Somebody probably sees something the day before, and then we start realizing a pattern, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, so-and-so saw somebody in the water well. I don't know. And then, who's the first one? Maybe the girl that seems to tell lies a lot.
Yeah.
Because she's kind of funny, but you kind of can't trust her. They send her off for being a little weird. And I could see her.
She's an outcast for sure.
Yeah. And I can see her trying to tell something, they don't believe her, and then she's dead. Right?
That's a good one.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. We'll put it on the death pool.
That's my ranking, is that girl.
That's a good one. I was going to say the funny kid who was the rookie.
Oh, 2-month-old? Yeah.
Yeah, just to, hammer it home.
Anybody could go. It doesn't matter when you came. Yeah. All right.
But then that was basically the episode. And they're kind of zooming out on this scene of a room. We see a little something spooky and
right, like a shadow or something briefly.
Something. And then that's episode 1.
Yeah.
So it was an hour. It felt like it went by pretty quickly. Now I don't know if that was because we were eating Chinese food at the same time.
Well,
but
it had I do have to say it had a lot of different scenes. Like like the first 10 minutes was really her as a kid, getting ready to graduate, high school, going to parties, blah blah blah. Then we've got about 20 minutes of diagnosis, her progressing with her illness and seeing she's not getting any better. In fact, she's getting worse. She decides to go there. Then we've got 20 minutes of exploring the school, and then 20 minutes of horror stories.
Yep. And
so it was kind of cool because it kind of kept it.
Absolutely. It was just one after the other.
But it all flowed really well together too. It didn't seem jarring the way I just presented it.
So it was the first episode.
Yeah.
I liked it was set in. So it's set in 1994 because this is based on a Christopher Pike book.
So it's probably
from he wrote it in 1994,
That's
and
funny.
It was modern day. I thought that was very interesting. So Christopher Pike, I don't know, he was like a young adult author.
Yeah,
back in the 90s.
I remember as a kid, he had a ton of books, and there's another
R.L. Stein.
Yes, they were kind of they were the same
very
publisher,
similar.
or the same kind of
fonts, same
right?
design, everything.
I remember I read a couple. They're kind of like A Birthday Invitation to Murder.
Oh yeah, I think Christopher Pike had the one of them had the chain letter series, and it was there was 30 books of those. It was when they really found something, they really hammered it home.
You needed to.
A lot of I Know What You Did Last Summer was they all had that kind of theme.
Yeah, absolutely.
But 1984, I like that this is set in that. This is the same time that Nancy Kerrigan got attacked by Tanya Harding. Gas was $1.09 a
if you
gallon.
Look this all up, that's hilarious. Okay.
OJ drove off in the white Ford Bronco, and Forrest Gump was the year Forrest Gump came out.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Classics. Pulp Fiction came out in 94. Shawshank Redemption.
Wait, this is the year OJ?
And OJ and the Ford.
I remember watching that in school. I thought it was 6th grade, but then I also think that I saw the other stuff, and I would have been older than 6th grade.
Yeah, well, your parents probably didn't let you watch those until you were a little bit older.
So they just pretend I was in 6th grade? I was actually in high school at that point in time?
Yeah, well, they told you these are brand new movies,
Forrest
and you're
Gump really came out that long ago? Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I thought it was late 90s. Okay.
Yeah, no, they didn't let you watch that shit until you were 18. You cannot watch Forrest Gump. There's a breast in it.
No, it was actually the gumbo shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
My parents hate.
They were very anti.
Hate Southern food.
Oh.
They do not let me watch it. You're born of Jewish background. I mean, no, I'm not Jewish. What am I? The German.
You just
German
made yourself
Jew.
Jewish.
Oh man! But anyway, I don't think a lot of Jewish people like it either because of all the seafood.
The seafood. Yeah, that's why they don't like Forrest Gump.
All the shellfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like that either, and it just makes me feel very uncomfortable. Yeah. I can't believe I just misnationalized myself.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But yeah, so lots of big things happened in '94.
Mm-hmm.
But this is today.
Yeah,
we're talking about today, and I want to talk before we get into our review of the show. I want to talk about this month, dude, jam packed.
Okay.
With spooky shit coming out to streaming.
So tell me more about what's coming out now.
Okay, we're gonna run it down.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus 2 came out already.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
Now I hated. I should say I never really watched the first one.
Right.
But I hate the characters, so I have a hard time with this.
Yeah, and that's just because you got a personal thing against Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sure.
Kathleen and Jimmy, it's just kind of like whatever.
She snubbed me at a restaurant once. I was like, Sarah? And she was like, nah. Yeah. Kathleen and Jimmy, I don't.
She kind of annoys
She annoys me a lot.
Yeah.
And then Bette Midler, I don't like the teeth lips thing.
Oh.
It freaks me out.
I mean, and you do have you are very generous with liking odd eye arrangements, big faces, but that lip and teeth thing, that's not what you're into. That character does it.
Like a mouth on a person is very
But her mouth is hideous the way she does that.
I can't look at it.
Yeah, she's got it down to it's perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is out now. That came to Disney Plus.
Yep.
And then what were we gonna say?
No, what was the one we just saw the other day that looked really interesting on Netflix? Do you remember that one? It was kind of like this new family moved to an area and they all had like Halloween decorations and then they kind of came to life and it looked like a newer version of that.
I'll look it up.
It looked better than I thought it was going to be.
It looked like a new Hocus Pocus. It was with like Marlon Wayans.
Yes, he was the dad, right?
Yes. Yeah, but definitely had that Hocus Pocus like Nickelodeon movie.
Looked fun
vibe. Let's see. Marlon Wayans is in.
Is it up to date? Oh gosh,
I gotta look at upcoming projects. The Curse of Bridge Hollow.
That's it. The Curse of Bridge Hollow. Now we have not watched this, but the preview looked way more entertaining than I thought it was going to.
It looked fun. It looked like a silly
you've
little.
Got some.
This comes out October 14th.
Okay. I feel like they'll be going for like middle school kids and older.
Yeah.
It looked a little scary, but not really scary.
Exactly. So another one, Interview with the Vampire, the new series came out on AMC Plus.
Okay.
That one's getting rave reviews.
Really?
Yeah. And
You're not a huge vampire fan. We talked about that.
Not the classy vampires. No. I like a good a Blade vampire or something like that.
Like
I don't
want nun running up a wall.
Yeah, that's a cool vampire.
Yeah.
Not like a dude with like a ruffled like collar.
Indubitably.
Yeah.
Let us make out now and feast on blood.
Yeah. But this one is getting great reviews, so I'm like, I gotta check it out, I think.
All right.
Hellraiser. It's a new version of Hellraiser.
Wait, the pin people?
This one's with a lady.
God, really? Is that something we need to add that to the list of things we did not need in this world?
Well, the reason I'm excited for this one, the Clive Barker movie from 1984, classic, but this one, directed by one of my new favorite horror directors, David Bruckner, who did The Ritual and The Night House.
Okay.
Great stuff.
Cool.
Werewolf by Night, not really like a horror thing, but in the classic style of a monster movie.
Yep, I saw that trailer, and it looks like the classic, like one of Universal Monsters,
exactly,
right?
Yep. Yeah, that came out on Disney Plus, so that's out now. Let the Right One In is another new show on Showtime. Showtime, they've been killing it lately. This one looks good.
Yeah, I just got Showtime.
Did you watch the original Let the Right One In? It's about like a little vampire girl, and like the father needs to provide her like meals and stuff like that. It's creepy.
Yeah,
so
I haven't seen that one.
Looking to check that one out. The new Halloween movie, Halloween Ends.
Oh, interesting.
Comes out October 14th. Now, I don't know if that's is that going to be the end?
It cannot be. I mean, maybe what's it called? Someone comes on,
Yeah, so Jamie Lee Curtis, she kills the guy every episode.
Exactly.
Now, it's not like it was before where,
No, he gets away.
Every movie, he's dying,
and
then but miraculously comes back to life.
I didn't see the last one, but I know that Kyle Richards.
Spoiler alert.
I'm assuming that, Kyle Richards in the last one.
Mm-mm.
I guess she must have survived because I think she's in this one too, or at least maybe it's a flashback. I don't know.
There's a new American Horror Story. NYC, dude.
Oh, okay, interesting.
That comes out October 19th. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see. First half of the season is set in the 60s, the second in the 70s, both against the backdrop of the gay scene in New York. And the show promises some appearances from Big Apple legends such as Patti LuPone, Sandra Bernhard, and Joe Mantello.
Amazing. Now, did you see last season's? Or
No.
We watched. We haven't watched it in a while. You used to watch that, right?
Yeah. Well, and then we even watched one of them, the American Horror Stories. For this show. Never watched the second one of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's good, but it's just there's so much stuff. Yeah. Like Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities.
This one I want to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do that for this show.
All right, cool.
You and I are both big fans of Guillermo.
Yeah.
He's he's good at making creepy stuff.
Yes, and I feel like it's always dark and visually appealing, but always a little bit. Each one's a little different too, which I like.
Yeah, and this one, it's kind of him just giving his like stamp of approval. So it's an anthology series.
Okay.
But it's either like from
God,
he's had inputs.
Eli Roth's one that we found on D+.
Oh yeah, this one guaranteed it will be better. It's got like everyone has a different great director doing it.
Cool,
so
cool.
people that have done like really amazing stuff are doing it. So that one's super cool. We're definitely gonna watch that one for this show. That comes out October 25th.
Oh, towards the end. Okay.
So they're doing 2 episodes a day from the 25th, 26th.
Oh wow.
27th, 28th.
Oh, they're gonna make. I gotcha. So like leading up to Halloween.
Yeah. Okay. Wendell and Wild, another Netflix movie. This one is
it's like animated or something.
It's Henry Selick. He's the guy behind Nightmare Before Christmas and Coraline.
Is that Tom Selleck's son?
Oh
wow.
Hank. No, but some big movies right there. And he's back with a new project. He's got Key and Peele voicing the couple of the characters.
Very cool.
So that one looks cool. And then a little bit more stuff. The Munsters came out. I haven't watched that yet.
Oh right,
Rob Zombie's Munsters.
Is that a TV show or a movie?
It's a movie.
And is it hyper violent?
No, it's like it's the same thing as like the show, like a family friendly movie. I actually put it on I was like trying to get my son to watch it. And, he's only 4.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, this is too scary, Daddy.
Yeah.
Like,
so it did have a vibe to it, but yeah.
I just wanted to see him to see the silly Frankenstein guy, but we didn't even make it that far.
Cool. What's it on?
It's on Netflix.
Damn, I gotta get Netflix again.
What else? Mr. Harrigan's Phone, that came out. I'm excited to watch that one. Haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
a Netflix movie. It's based on a Stephen King novella about a guy who gets buried with his iPhone and sends spooky ghost text messages from the afterlife.
Amazing.
Yep. And then Dark Glasses. We looked at this trailer yesterday. You were really excited for this one.
I was.
Dario Argento's new feature.
I was not. It looked actually very scary and psychologically damaging.
Yeah, it's on Shudder, October 13th. Yeah, it's definitely like, it's the Italian horror classic.
Sexified.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's something to it when it's like with that faded, like, hypercolor. I don't know. It just was better back in the day.
Yeah.
But I didn't see this one. I don't even know, but it just didn't.
Yeah. I have no idea. I'm excited to see what sort of reviews this one gets, see if he's still got it, but I don't know. He's like 190. I don't know how old he is.
I didn't know he was still alive, to be honest. Yeah.
It's because he's Italian.
Yeah, they
live forever.
Do. Yeah. What is their median age? It's like at least
yeah.
It's, I think it's 108. Yeah.
Exactly. And then VHS 99. We also watched this trailer.
Oh, we did, right?
This also another Shudder movie comes out. It's the same thing. So if you've seen any of the VHS movies, it's just like an anthology series of like, stuff that was recorded on a VHS
not
thing.
This. I don't watch this kind of smut films that you do.
I know. They're good, dude. I'm a sucker for found footage movies. So I love any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
No one would say that. I love it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But a lot of good stuff that I'm excited to start. Just really like immersing myself in the horror stuff.
Season.
But the problem is, I go to watch it at night. My wife says, "No horror movies." Like if I'll watch it on my iPad in bed.
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, you can't watch it next to me
in
bed because I fall asleep." And then there's just someone getting tortured and screaming, and then she's gotta like deal with it. And like, so I gotta find
Can't you put your headphones on? Or you can't sleep with your headphones on because you can't hear the kid. Besides, like,
Yeah, no, I
cry
probably
with
could.
animals.
I
Yeah.
probably could. I've never tried. I don't know how comfortable it would be if I like.
I mean,
lay
I can
down
tell
or
you that my
whatever.
partner Noelle falls asleep with them in his ears all the time, and then sometimes they fall out, and you still hear the conversation.
Oh,
Then once
yeah,
they fall out of
yeah.
their ear.
I don't want to get them stuck in my ear, dude.
Oh, that
You
happened
know,
to me.
yeah,
I
things
know.
happen.
Yeah.
But that's a good idea. I'll try that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the iPod thing's not gonna get stuck in your ear.
No.
That was just one of that was.
But then, like, I wonder if then it's too immersive, and it's like I got scary movies going into my directly into my ears.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't watch horror movies at night. It doesn't seem like a good idea to me either.
I know, but it's great. It's a great time for it. Everything's spooky and scary.
Ooh. I get it.
Well, yeah, that's it. So if there's any new horror movies coming out that I missed, one I did miss. We watched the trailer for yesterday. Grim Cuddy. Remember that one? It's that spooky guy with the face, and he's like this. He's like,
yeah. He was like, looking around there.
Yeah.
Like
that one I'm excited for. It
like
looks like the Babadook.
That's
Yep. That's why I like shit like that, where it's like the Babadook. But yeah, that one, I think it's like whatever that the picture. I was reading not a review, but like a synopsis of it, and it's like some sort of a meme that has come to life. So I don't know what that means.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, the Grim Cuddy.
Oh. Yeah, that was a noise it makes.
Yep, lots of good stuff coming out.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about the shit that is out. The Midnight Club.
Yeah.
Let's hear your review of the first episode on a 10-point scale. 10 being the greatest.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to grade this one.
I know. Because it really is a lot of just setup.
Yeah. Not
much happened.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give it that then. I'm gonna give it a 5.
A 5. Okay.
Yeah. It did not feel to me like what I expect Mike Flanagan's shows to feel like.
That's part of the problem for me. Like, I instantly want to give it a 7.
Okay.
But I'm giving it more. I realize I'm giving it a lot of benefit of the doubt because I know, like, I feel like it's more on. I'm already judging it on the entirety of it.
Yeah.
Even though we've only watched the first episode, because I think the first episode, I don't think it should be that high.
Yeah.
Because there was, I mean, like I said, set up a lot.
Yeah.
Weird, like, jump scares throughout. They really weren't part of like you compare this to the episode 1 of like Haunting of Hill House or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a million times better.
Yeah.
So, but on its own, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting.
I'm going to give it a 7. That way it'll bring our average to a 6.
I think that's great.
Which I'm perfectly fine with saying. First episode of Haunting of Midnight Club Mass. A 6 out of 10. Yeah, I'm excited to see more, see where this goes.
There's interesting seeds in it. I definitely want to see where all the, yeah. If or when.
I'm going to binge it.
Yeah. Like, when they die, are they going to come back and be ghosts too? You know, what are the ghosts we're seeing? That's
going to be awesome. As soon as we start to get into more of that, I think that's when the show is just going to take off.
I mean, and it's interesting because in a way that does take away from the kind of the sadness of it all. Because you're kind of like looking for like the next step.
Uh-huh.
So I guess that's an interesting spin on it. But yeah. I mean, I know more about the house too, because it's an interesting setting. It's just at this point, there wasn't enough of the atmosphere was interesting, but it was still being, I feel like, developed in my mind, and I can't really that's all of those movies that he's had in the past, or the TV shows in the past have we had dripping with atmosphere, right? Like.
Yeah, this one was more about like just meeting all these characters. And maybe because of that, because there's so many characters. Yeah. Now that doesn't make, because I mean his previous stuff has had a lot of characters too, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. But I definitely want to find out. Yeah. Looking forward to watching more. I'll have this one done.
Oh yeah. Next week.
Maybe not that much. It's 10 episodes. So it's a good chunk. I think that's maybe the longest episodes that he's gotten.
Really?
The most.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely it'll be done before the end of the month, before Halloween.
Yes.
So. All right. Is there anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of First Eps. You can find the video version of the podcast on YouTube at Pop Culture Playground. You can find the audio version anywhere podcasts are found. Check out all our socials: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're putting out all sorts of quality content there.
Very, very much so.
Lisa's in my voice. You could tell I'm getting a little tired.
Yeah.
We're talking all day.
Yeah, exactly.
All day.
You were actually yelling too at the
I did yell pretty loudly, and the host gave me a look. But, whatever. I got in the zone. You got to get in the zone. I fucking Thunder Wave, dude. Thunder Wave.
Yes, that's right.
Flip the table.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Launched a couple of the cats that were there just left and right. Yeah.
This is why I don't get invited places.
Exactly.
All right. I'm going to go take a nap. Thank you so much for checking out this week's episode, and we'll see you next week with more spooky First Eps.
Absolutely.
Woo-woo.
Bye. So you can also do the necromancy. So we can turn invisible together. Like, I'll look at you, you can look at me. Yeah. We go invisible, and we run and just put our hands and wound people.
I thought we were just going to go invisible.
No. We wound each other.
Our invisibility breaks, and we're just like over in a corner, just 69 and guys.